Now this video right here, a clip of it has been circulating where people are saying that George Soros has just endorsed Ron DeSantis. And I don't believe, I think you're wrong. I don't think he endorsed Ron DeSantis. I think what he was saying is that he hopes Ron DeSantis runs against Trump because that would split the Republican Party, cause a lot of infighting, and then therefore make it easy for the Democrats to just win easily. Right now, let's listen to him, just so you know I'm not crazy.
Trump attracted a lot of non-educated white followers, but his biggest backers were the mega rich, and he certainly delivered for them.
Now, before I continue, this guy sounds like he just needs to just hop in the grave already, dude. Like you just hop in the grave already, buddy. Just go ahead. Just do it yourself. Just buy your casket and jump in that bitch.
First, he cut their taxes. Second, he nominated to the Supreme Court ideologues who embraced an extreme version of the Republican agenda. Third, he brought the Republican Party under his control by threatening those who didn't swear loyalty to him with a challenge in the primaries. Lastly, he encouraged Republican-controlled states to introduce outrageous measures of voter suppression to ensure that his party would remain in power indefinitely. With that program, he was almost re-elected in 2020. My hope for 2024 is that Trump and Governor Desantis of Florida will slug it out for the Republican nomination. Trump has turned into a pitiful figure, continually bemoaning his loss in 2020. Big Republican donors are abandoning him in droves. DeSantis is shrewd, ruthless, and ambitious. He is likely to be a Republican candidate. This could induce Trump, whose narcissism has turned into a disease, to run as a third-party candidate. That would lead to a Democratic landslide and force the Republican Party to reform itself. But perhaps I may be just a little bit biased.
Okay, that's enough. Now this dude is clearly reading a script, right? And if you look right, I don't know if you can see, but right here, right? If you can see these letters are big as shit. These are some big ass letters. This text is huge. So he's having some issues seeing. Clearly he's also having some issues reading. Clearly somebody knew what they're doing when they got this person, right? George Soros, who we all know nobody with a brain should be on the side of. They got this person to say this script, right? Then some individuals online take a clip. They take a clip of this video at the end of it when he's saying, you know, Ron DeSantis should run and all this stuff. Take that clip and then blast it out there and say, oh, George Soros is going, or he's what the fuck? He's endorsing Ron DeSantis. And then, of course, people out there are going to be like, oh, man, George Soros, he totally endorsed Ron DeSantis. Oh, no, that means Ron DeSantis is bad. But no, he didn't. He said he hopes Ron DeSantis runs against Trump so that it will get Trump to run third party, hopefully. And that would make the Republican Party split and destroy itself. And then the Democrats will win. That's what he was saying. He wasn't endorsing him. He was hoping that Ron DeSantis would run against Trump and Trump's ego would make him go third party. To be honest, I don't know if Trump would do that, to be totally honest. I don't even know if he can do that at this point. I don't even know if he can go third party at this point either. Right? I think the deadline is passed. I don't know. But I think that there's a deadline that has already gone beyond that point. And I don't even think Ron DeSantis even I don't know if Ron DeSantis ever said he wanted to run for Trump. If I remember correctly, I remember him saying specifically that it would be nice to run for president, but he knows that Florida needs him, so he's going to stay a governor, at least for now, right? Which makes sense. It would make sense, right? If we're thinking logically, Trump wins again. He becomes the president for another 4 years, so he has his full 8 years. Blam, blam. Then we get Ron DeSantis afterwards for another 8 years. Whereas if we get Trump in there right now, or DeSantis in there right now, that's a whole 4 years that we're losing. Of course, that's given that, we don't have any more fortified elections, or if they are fortified, then they get unfortified very quick. I'm just saying that's just keeping it real. We got to hope that the elections aren't fortified for the election to even matter in the first place, because I'm still kind of iffy on the whole election system now. Because, 2020 and 2022, kind of showing some issues. We need to fix that still. We understand now how that happened in 2020 and 2022 with the election. The voting systems, but aren't some places still using this? Aren't they? Right, like, if you trust The Simpsons predictive programming, Ivanka Trump wins 2024. Yeah, totally. She's gonna totally win that. Maybe the predictive programming is that since her name was Trump, that just means that there's a Trump that's gonna win, and it might not be her, because I don't know if it was her, but it was one of one of his daughters were like, I think it was her, where she was like, I'm just going to be, I'm not going to be a part of the campaign next time, probably because she didn't want to deal with all that shit that was happening, because they were just going ham on his whole family. So the fact that he stayed in there is pretty insane, pretty good that he didn't just quit. Be like, oh, you guys are going crazy. I'm not going to deal with this. If you're going to be a president, you got to know that. That's going to come. But once again, he did not endorse Ron DeSantis. He was saying that he hopes Ron DeSantis runs against Trump so it can splinter the party and make it easier for the Democrats to win. Which... I can see that happening, because there's going to be people who are just going to vote for Trump regardless. And then there's people like, oh, I'm sick of Trump, I'm going to vote for Ron DeSantis. And they're not going to get enough votes between the two of them. So, and for both of them, right? Like, let's say DeSantis does want to run for president. It would make sense for him to just wait for the next election so that he can get a full 8 years after Trump. Let Trump get in there and fix some things that he doesn't have to worry about fixing, and then he gets his full 8 years. Once again, if the elections aren't fortified. That's the thing.
Thank you once again for watching, but please go subscribe on Rumble, Odyssey, and Utreon to see more content that we cannot put on YouTube. Also, check out our GameSanity channel where we play live streams of different games, and the Oreyo Show where we have a podcast about current events and interesting topics going on in the world today. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.